Hey guys, I finally decided to open up my BookTube account. So for my first ever BookTube video, rather than going straight into like a review or something, I decided to be extra basic and participate in the BookTube Newbie Tag. I know these are kind of lame, but I didn't want to go like straight into the hardcore stuff to start off my channel. I figured I'd show you guys my face, let you get to know me a little bit more, and then we can get into like the serious stuff. So yeah, let's dive straight in. So question 1, why did you start this channel? For me, not a lot of people I know actually enjoy reading, so for me this is a way, I mean it's kind of weird because I'm talking to myself, but like I'm talking to you guys, so it's a way for me to talk about the books that I love or don't love and why I love or don't love them. Like it's a way of getting it off my chest and expressing it. I also decided to set myself a goal of 20 books this year, which to some of you guys already established on here might not seem like a lot of books, but I only read 2 books last year, which is horrible. I love reading. I absolutely love reading, but I got so caught up in just studying and like social media, and I just wanted to give more time to reading. So doing this and making myself review books is actually a way of helping me to achieve my 20 book goal. Question 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Honestly, I don't know. For starters, I want to get more like honest critical reviews out there, not just why I didn't like this book or why I love this book, but like when I read a book there's always stuff I do and don't like, and I want to express that and get more of that out there. The fact that you don't just have to either like or dislike a book, that you can be this like happy medium and enjoy some aspects and don't like other aspects, and whichever one outweighs is what you ultimately decide about the book. I also really love finding secondhand books or old books that like people have just forgotten even exist, because there's such a major influences to read like only new books. Like all of the reviews that are out there are just, you know, books that released last month, book released last year. Like there's books that have been around for 50 years that are still amazing books, but people have just forgotten about them because they're not new. And so I want to start bringing some of them back onto BookTube. I also hope to share some like of my own writing advice. I've been writing for like 10 years now. Obviously 10 years ago I was a really horrendous writer. Like I still have my first book I wrote and it's about 3 pages long. I thought I was amazing. But yeah, I want to share some of my tips, experience that I've had with writing. I went through a major period where I just couldn't write. I'll explain in another video, there was so many reasons that I just could not find the inspiration to write. But now I'm back at it and I'm like planning a proper book and everything, so that's cool. Question 3, what am I most excited about for this channel? I mean, I just really am looking forward to meeting other people that enjoy reading. For one, I don't have like one friend who reads and no one else reads. Plus getting to know people that like the same books as me, that don't like the same books as me. We can have like discussions about why not, and just getting to put another point of view out in the community. Like I know there's already so many people on this community, but there's always room for another voice. Question 4, why do you love reading? Who doesn't love reading? Like what kind of question is that? No, actually that's not true. I know lots of people that don't like reading. I don't understand. For me, I love stepping into a different world. So I've always had an interest in historical fiction and in fantasy for that exact reason. I do read some 21st century based novels, but for me, reading is getting away from what I know. It's discovering something new or recovering something that's forgotten. So yeah, I do read some sci-fi, but I have to admit it is a bit of a weak spot for me because I just find it too overwhelming at times. Like fantasy takes you back to a familiar setting, but they generally just add magic. Like that's all it is. It's historical fiction with magic. Whereas sci-fi takes the 21st century concept with technology and adds to it to a point that I find a little, I struggle to enjoy. I do have some sci-fi books that I love, but not many. I definitely am more of a fantasy and historical fiction person. Question 5, what book or book series got you into reading? That is a hard question because I have been reading for as long as I can remember. One of the first series I ever actually like remember reading was the Naughtiest Girl in School series. Like that is just such a childhood classic for me. I remember my mum actually still had her like old hardback copies from when she was a kid and actually like loaned them to me to read, and it was amazing. I was so excited. Another childhood series for me was the Warrior Cats series. Like, I was an animal lover and a book lover, so that was amazing. I loved that series. Same goes for the Silver Brumby series. Obviously, if you're not from Australia, you probably have never heard of that series before, but I highly recommend it if you're a horse lover and a book lover. Top quality read, amazing, 10 out of 10. Another series that I remember reading as a kid was The Guardians of Ga'Hoole. I read a lot of animal books as a kid. I was an animal lover and a book lover, you know, it's a given. Then I sort of reached this point where those books sort of stopped cutting it for me, and as I got into my early to mid-teens, I started reading a lot of historical fiction. My mum is really into historical fiction, so that definitely influenced my enjoyment for the books. But particularly, I just enjoyed like learning about history through books and like reading another character's life. Some of the books I remember loving as a teen was The Tea Rose by Jennifer Donnelly, The Other Boleyn Girl by Philippa Gregory, and The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simmons. That was, and probably would still be, one of my all-time favorite books. I'll have to make a video about that. I will admit to a very, very brief vampire, werewolf, paranormal romance phase. I think we all kind of went through one when we were in our teen years. I like to pretend it never happened because those books weren't that great. I mean, Twilight was pretty horrendous. Marked series, oh my god, I don't think I even finished that because even as a teen I could tell that it was not great. Like, it started off okay, definitely paranormal romance, but it was okay, but then they started adding like 10 different points of view and the story just got carried away and I gave up. Vampire Academy, I would still read that. I think the romance in that was amazing. The plot was, it was a vampire plot, but it was different because we weren't, yeah, it was different. I enjoyed it. Question 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? Honestly, I have not been in the community long enough to call someone my favorite booktuber. I have a few that I definitely watch more than others, but I'm not going to name a favorite just yet. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before doing that. Read with Cindy and Jordan Harvey are two that I definitely enjoy watching, especially their reviews. They tend to be like a brutally honest in a way that I can actually relate to quite a bit. I just love their like no bullshit attitude when it comes to reading and reviewing. Like, they will tell you what they think and they won't hesitate. Insane Reader is actually someone I enjoy watching too, but I only ever watch his like different content. Like, when I go to Insane Reader's channel, I go there for the unique sort of challenges he does rather than just the general, you know, reviews that I can find on other channels. Question number 7, what challenges about starting a booktube channel do I think are the hardest to overcome? For me, it's technology. Technology hates me. One thing that will be a bit of a mental challenge for me is I am very much like an immediate reward person. Like, if I'm going to put in effort into something, I want to see an immediate reward for that, and that is going to take time with a booktube account. But I believe in myself. I believe I can persevere and do this. So yeah, that is my really cliche newbie tag that no one tagged me in, but I had to do it anyway because I'm new. But mostly I just need to practice editing my videos, to be honest, before I get into something that people will actually care about and watch. So I apologize. This has been really not great. So yeah, leave a comment below. I'd love to get to know some more of you guys and actually like get involved in the community. I'll be releasing a few reviews soon. I've already started working on them so that I can get a few videos out there. And yeah, so yeah, give this video a like if you think you might be interested in seeing more of me in the future.